Well, Chris, we're seeing something we've never seen before in our history, and it is the greatest voter suppression enterprise ever mounted in this country, led by the President of the United States. He is basically telling us every day now, in every way, and in that debate that 73 million Americans watch, that one of two things are going to happen on November 3rd, and one of them is not Joe Biden being elected. Either I'm going to be elected by a majority of votes cast that day, or I'm going to delegitimize this election. He is laying the basis for the delegitimization of any election that does not return him to office, so it can be thrown into the Supreme Court or the House of Representatives. We have never seen this before out of any president. It is the greatest voter suppression effort ever mounted in this country. And it's going to have it's already having huge ramifications. Already Democrats are going to feel if they lose, it's because he basically suppressed the vote and got people to not vote by mail, so they stayed home because they feared for their lives in a pandemic. Or if he wins, that's the Democrats will be aggrieved, and if he loses, his own voters will insist it was all because of mail-in fraud. We are going to not maybe have a contested election. He has set it up for an illegitimate election, and we are not going to be able to legitimately transfer power. And remember, Chris, when we had this in 2000, we had Al Gore there. It was a question of Chads in Florida, and Al Gore took a bullet for the country by abiding by the Supreme Court decision. Donald Trump will put a bullet into the country before he abides by any Supreme Court decision that goes against him. This is the most dangerous thing I have ever seen in America.
You don't believe that if it got to one step backwards, do you believe he can throw the election into Congress or bypass the results as expressed by the secretaries of state and the electors of each state?
Look, I'm sure there's all kinds of ways he can do this
I'm not so sure, Tom. That's why I'm asking. The system gets bigger than the president fast.
By declaring victory that night and then claiming that any votes that come in days or the week after have been delegitimized, and then unleashing an army, basically, of lawyers to make his case and muddy the waters.
Why is it different than 2000? We had that happen. It was one state in Florida.
Right, one state.
The Supreme Court says it. Trump says no. How does that work?
Right. This will be all 50 states.
Right.
And God knows what happens, what kind of violence he can unleash by his supporters. They may not even abide, if the Supreme Court even rules against him, I'm not sure what his supporters will do. I have one fervent wish right now, Chris, and that is for the next national debate. 73 million people watch that debate. Here's what the Presidential Commission on Debates owes us. Begin the debate with 10 minutes of instruction by an independent election expert about how you vote legally by mail, why it is legal, why it is possible, why it is legitimate, and here's how you do that. The Presidential Commission on Debates owes us that. Otherwise, they are complicit in giving a platform for this president to pollute this election.
Now, one of the reasons that